I've been running a software development agency for about 4.5 years, and I started as a freelancer. Somebody recently asked in a comment, how do you go from a one-man show to making your first couple hires? So going from doing 2 to 3 projects to doing a little bit more and hiring people. ACA981, thank you very much for your video idea. I suppose you should start by telling you a little bit about how I made my first hire. When I actually started my agency, the first thing I did was contract out a bunch of client work to freelancers, random contractors who I met through the internet. And I didn't have any real budget to hire them because it was my first deal. And so obviously I was charging less, and that didn't go well at all. That was a big, big mistake. I tried to get people to take care of the work, but here's what happened. I hired a bunch of inexperienced freelancers because I didn't have money for better. They didn't do a good job on the project. I then had to fix the project. So I had to pay them and fix it myself. And then it was all late for the client because I needed time to check on their work and then realize it was all broken and then fix it. It was a complete shit show. And so if you don't want to make the same mistake, the first recommendation I'd give you is do not start by outsourcing everything. You should be, at the start taking on some of the work yourself. And when you do outsource, if possible, try and go for more senior people, because I'm going to go ahead and assume if you're a one-man band, you're already tight on time. And one of the downsides of hiring juniors is that they need more training. Obviously, the upside is that they're going to be a little bit cheaper. But I realized one of the best decisions I made is that when I made my first hire as a genuine employee, I went for a senior developer, a senior backend developer specifically, which was really my biggest deficiency at that time. I am a full stack developer, but I would generally consider myself more proficient in the front end, and I worked much more deeply on some front end apps than in complex backends. And so I hired for that deficiency, and that turned out to work really, really well. The other thing that I would say is if you can allocate the budget for it, hiring a full-time employee I found was far better than hiring freelancers. The main reason being that a freelancer is going to be doing other stuff on the side, and so they're never going to put full dedication into your project the way that you need them to kind of be dedicated to your team. And what I mean by this is like they're going to basically just complete whatever spec points are on the job description. You have to constantly be saying, I need you to do this and this and this. Whereas an employee, because they don't have other things, they're not dealing with other clients and so forth, their mind is free to fully focus on one project at a time. And so when you say, hey, I need you to take care of this project, they've got nothing else, supposedly, that they should be doing except that project. And I found that this gave them time to, think of improvements. And if you hire good employees, generally they're able to take some initiative, right? And be like, hey, I'm actually going to work on this because I had some free time today because you didn't give me a task to do. At least for me, hiring a senior who I can trust, who's full-time and not splitting time with other clients and things like that, that was a massive, massive help in the company. That was a big unlock versus the contractors that I tried to just help me out for a little bit. That wasn't really great. I will say if you're super stretched thin and you don't have a budget for contractors, you should probably think about pushing your prices up. If you're getting a lot of work, but you don't have enough money to hire good people, try and charge a little bit more. And if your clients ask why you need more or whatever, you just explain, hey, I'm going to hire a team. And so I need money to now pay this team. Another caveat on pricing is if you're going to start hiring people, you cannot be doing milestone-based pricing and things like that. The main reason being that your team's salaries can't be waiting for the milestones. Like I have employees that are full-time. My employees' kids need to eat, and they're not going to wait for our client's milestone to be considered done. Because if the client changes the requirements or something like that, it's far too much risk in the business. And I need to be able to pay my employees' bills on time. That's really important to me. If clients ask me to do milestone-based payments, I politely decline, and I will explain I do retainers. We can agree to a retainer that's going to be a fixed length, maximum 3 months, maximum 2 months, whatever it is. But I need you to make these payments on a regular basis because I need to make payments to my team on a regular basis. And at the end of the day, everybody's got their bills to pay, right? And I can't be taking on responsibility for things moving around. It's too much risk for my business. There are times where I have used contractors and they have been a massive, massive help. Usually when there is a very specific closed scope thing that you can hand off to somebody and you can trust that they're going to do it well, right? So if you have a bunch of designs done up and you're building the back end of an application, you need the front end done and you just don't have time for it myself, maybe that is something that you can hand off as a closed part of the project. I just really would recommend against handing off entire projects to contracted freelancers because they're not as invested in the outcome of that project. They just don't care. They don't care about your client. And as a result, the quality of work from people who don't care is just so much lower. And this is also why, if you care about your clients and if you care about doing a good job, you're much more likely to be able to succeed in this market, because I think the number of people who care is just not that big. And generally, that's something that alone will already set you apart. It's just like, care about making your client succeed. And that alone will take you, I think, pretty far. So to sum up, I would recommend avoid contracting full jobs out. Contract only specific parts if you really need. The best case scenario is hire a senior full-time as your first employee. That was something that I think worked very well for me, and I would do again if I was starting from scratch. I hope this little thought dump was useful for the commenter and anybody else who had this same question. As usual, please feel free to leave any questions in the comments. I really enjoy reading them and making videos out of them. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Have a great rest of your day wherever you're watching this from.